We rate it as culturally inspired and comfortably American. So it gives everybody from Indian food to Thai food to American food. The cultural part of it comes in when we start your meal off with a basket of naan bread like we have here and the 4 different dipping sauces. And then the menu itself, it's not necessarily a small bite menu, but it's got a lot of different kind of cold and hot appetizers and soups and salads, and then a large variety of dinner entrees as well. Food is so important in Chicago. It's a lot of restaurants will open and they'll start with 5-star service and they'll start with 5-star china, glass, and silver on the tables, but if they don't have the food, they won't last very long. Chicago dining scene, I think it's great. I've had a chance to dine in a lot of different places and kind of been out there, and you can get anything you want. And the dining here is just as good as it is in New York or San Francisco or LA, and if not better.
So Danelle, you say that Aria is an all-around ethnic taste of Chicago. Tell us why you chose it.
It's a very diverse restaurant. It gives you a genuine feel of Chicago, like the upscale portion of Chicago. There's just like a very intimate feel to it and personal. The wait staff, the management, everything, they want to make sure that you have an excellent time there. And I think that's what actually drew me to go back and actually choose that as a restaurant of my choice.
You know, to what Donnell said, the staff is fantastic. So I actually asked for recommendations in every course. For the appetizer, they served the rock shrimp with, I think it was a crab filling. Oh my gosh, it was outstanding. And then my meal, he actually recommended a duck and lobster chow mein.
Yeah.
And I've never been a person to order either duck or lobster, but he spoke so passionately about this, you know, specific entree. I was like, all right, I gotta try this, and it absolutely delivered. It was fantastic.
So, right.
I think overall, like,
You were robbed. You did not try the mushroom soup my mother never made.
oh, I didn't try it. I
You were
saw it on the menu,
deprived,
though.
okay?
It looked good. I
Oh
think
my
overall,
gosh.
to your comment about the United Nations, is that everything is comfort food, but it's like a fusion of different countries and different tastes and different flavors. I mean, no entree could be particularly linked to any individual country because it's such a fusion of all these different regions and cultures. It was fantastic.
It's like the Olympics. They take the best of each country,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Americanize,
Yeah.
Chicagoize it a little
Right,
bit, if
right.
that's a word, and then present it. It's excellent. yeah.
Absolutely.
We had a bunch of appetizers, global, all excellent. My wife had the big eye tuna, sashimi style, which was fantastic.
I wanted to try something different, so I tried the seared sea scallops. They were unbelievable.
We had
You
those
have to
from
have an acquired
appetizer.
taste for those.
It was
but-
very good.
How do they
as an
do them?
appetizer. They sear it, they blacken it, and actually ours came with foie gras on top because we're,
The duck
Mr.
aroma.
well, you know, La Campagne, we were really enthusiastic about foie gras, and it was excellent. It was excellent.
Danelle, what do you say to the skeptics that, you know, it's not possible to do food from 8 different countries in one restaurant? How do you answer that question?
You can walk in this restaurant and you can experience the world. Here in Chicago, never met the chef before, but this guy knows what he's doing. I mean, seriously.
I actually talked to the chef, and he said that he owns about, like, you know, this entire, like, library of cookbooks because you have to keep up to date if you're doing all that type
Yeah,
of cuisine.
yeah.
He says my bookshelf is just basically, it's about to cave in.
And you can totally tell it because he cooks the food, I feel like, genuinely with his heart.
I mean, what's great about the restaurant is there are so many options, but it is a little like intimidating going from one country to another, and this one's a fusion of 3 different countries. Then there's a guy making like Indian bread off to the side. I feel like you're kind of a little, you know, crazed over there, schizophrenic, and then hearing all these different countries. But I think that's part of the charm of the place, and that you can't really put your finger on what type of food it is. It's just everything. But, you know, at our table, there were 4 of us that went, and again, we're testing from everyone's dishes.
Right.
Each one equally unique and equally delicious.
What's that oven called? The naan oven?
The naan.
Is that what it is? Naan?
That was kind of different and unique.
It's like a show, too. We had the table right next to the stand there, and the guy was making the bread, and he uses these long sticks to make the bread. It was pretty cool.
I think it's a neat idea because you're in a hotel, and when we were there were conventions in town. So you had the business people, but then you had the local people like us going out for a nice dinner around the town. So I think they have to do that, and they do it very well. I was very surprised.
I mean, did you feel comfortable being in a hotel setting? I mean, as far
I forgot. We
Yeah.
got there, we went to the Aria hotel bar, restaurant bar, and we were seated, and the waitress was extremely helpful. She helped us pick out a wine because the wine list was like a dictionary. It was very big. But please pick. We like red, we like dry. She picked us out a great cab, and it was so good. We ordered it in the restaurant for the meal. Very helpful.
Well, actually, that was the one comment that I had that may be a bit of a criticism was the fact that when you walk in the door, your first entrance is into the bar.
Exactly, yeah.
And I was confused. It's definitely a bar setting with little tables set up. So when I walked in, I was meeting 3 other friends, and I went to the bar thinking, okay, is this the host stand? I don't really know what's going on. But, again, the service was so great. If that was a criticism, it's such a small one, because the bar actually is very beautiful.
How about the water pitchers? Did you
Yeah,
guys
the
try
frogs,
this?
the metal frogs. Yeah.
Oh my God, I had a frog sitting on my table.
All right, Danella, this was your selection. Give us a summary.
I feel like it's an American cuisine that's culturally defined. Like, it gives you a whole diverse array of food right here in Chicago.
Sarah?
A great place for a special night out in the town, but be sure to save your pennies.
Pete?
A lot of great cuisine from around the world right here in Chicago.
All right. Well, you can feel the international vibe for yourself at Aria, 200 North Columbus Drive, 312-444-9494. Open for lunch and dinner every day of the week. Reservations are accepted, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is $55.